In the Sahel region, you have in fact several issues when we talk about humanitarian issues, but let's focus on two main ones. One, really, we have something about fighting armed conflict. We have an armed conflict, a non-international armed conflict in Mali, northern Mali. It's a new one. There was already one a few years ago. It has now restarted again, and it's a tough one. It's a very difficult one. It's mainly linked with the fact that in Libya there was a lot of weapons who came in. Some group who reorganized themselves, and a lot of pressure on people, some displaced people already, and I think that's a serious concern for all of us. The other issue is something, a long-term issue, and it's a difficult issue, is linked with, in fact, a very poor crop and quite some famine, or not famine, but let's say very low food and low income for people for a long time in all the region of Niger, Mali, and even further up. And here the response is a long-term response, absolutely. Sahel is always a very strange place, if you want, a very important place. It has always been a buffer, if you want, between North Africa, Europe, and the rest, and sub-Saharan Africa. We've seen that over time, and it's not an immune region. It has always been affected in a way by migration, very important role for migration. All the migrant issues has been very important, but also by other traffics, and we've seen that by security issues also. A lot of fighting against terrorism and all that in the region, which has made more insecurity and more problems in the region, absolutely. That's one. The second issue is, of course, poverty. I think a big issue is over the region. Very, very low income in the region. Quite some pressure also by environment issues. I mean, it has been very dry, not a lot of rain in the region. It's not a surprise, but even more dry than used to be. So if you look at the mixture of questions, migration, some of the violence, fighting linked with terrorism, and then the environment issues, it's a tough region, very tough for people over time, very tough, even more tough this time than it was a few years ago.